Changing a price on an order is pretty straightforward, but there are some circumstances, special circumstances that you should be aware of. So I'm going to go into this demo called Change Price, and let's take a look at this order. The standard way to change a price is to go into any of the price fields and simply type the new price that you want. So let's say this price that is now $38.74, I would like to increase to $39. I simply type in 39, and I can type 0.00 or just leave it at 39. And as soon as I tab out, you'll see the extended price, and the margin will adjust accordingly based on the cost. So now it's at 28.46% markup. And of course, we went back to editing. Now, you will notice a couple of fields here, one that is red and one that is yellow. The yellow you will be familiar with from Poet. The red is just the opposite. So, and you want to click on this little yellow question mark here, and it'll give you a little indicator. So, when an item is marked as yellow, it means the last time you sold this item to this customer, the price was higher than it is now. So there's been a price decrease, and so you can see right over here your previous price is in a light yellow, just to let you know the difference. And of course you might want to go ahead and make that adjustment and stick that back up to 815. And so now once I make that adjustment, you'll see that the color is gone. The opposite, of course, is true with the red. You can see here that the current price is actually higher than the previous price. So you may want to leave that, you may not, but that's just an indicator of that as well. So the last price is lower than the current sell price, okay? And that would make it red. Let's see, there are a couple of restrictions that you're probably already aware of. The first being that you cannot sell something for less than what it costs. So if I come in here to this catch weight, and you can see the cost is $1.91, and I try and sell this for $1.85, I'm going to get an error. You can't sell an item for less than it costs, and it's just going to kick it back to whatever it was before. Okay, so there are a couple of other, not restrictions per se, but warnings that you might come across that you should be familiar with from Poet as well. So let's say that I change the price. I try to change the price here on this ground beef from $1.95 to $1.50. Okay, now that's above my cost, so I should be okay with that. But I am going to get this warning that says this is a low margin warning. If you price this below $1.53, your customer's bid list will not be updated. Okay, so you can still do it, but it will not go on your customer's bid list at that price because it's under the low margin warning. I can choose to proceed and it'll let me go ahead. If I choose to cancel, then it's just going to stick it back to what it was before I tried to change it. Similarly, on a percentage markup here, let's see. Let's try to change this okra from 41.41 to, let's say, $22. Okay. Click out of that. Oh, it let me 13.68. Let's go a little lower. Let's try and change this okra to $19.50. Let's see if that gets it. There we go. That margin is going to be below that 7.9%. And so the same rule applies. You can proceed or you can cancel. So say I want to proceed on this one. I'll just say proceed, and now it's going to allow me to keep that new 1950, and you can see that that markup is only 2.62%. So that will not go on the bid list, but it is allowed. And then finally, you notice that there are some items that have a minimum price on them. If you hover over it, you can see what that minimum price is with this little minimum indicator. It is $6.47, right? So if I come in here and try and make this minimum price $6.40, I'm going to get a warning that says you cannot sell this for less than $6.47, and it will put it back to what it was. Okay, so those are the ways that you change prices. And you can imagine that when we get to the next video, changing margins is just the inverse of what we just did, but I'll show you that in the next one.